Elevate, what's up? It's been a minute since I've done a video, but I'm getting ready to begin going into the details of the Gospel Project for you guys because we're getting ready to finally start the Gospel Project. I know we've been talking about it for a while, but now it is finally upon us. So, Gospel Project comes with a few different things as we've talked about in the training. And I thank you for those who came out. And if you couldn't come out, that's totally fine. I understand it was a Thursday night. And, it was still summer and, guys got stuff going on. And so I just appreciate you all for just whatever level of investment that you're making. So, Gospel Project, how it's going to go is most weeks we will have a pre-worship activity, which is something that we started doing earlier in the summer. And then we're going to be picking up again now. So we'll go right into it. This particular week, the session 1 title is God Created the World, okay? And the main biblical passage is going to be Genesis chapter 1 as we're going through the Bible chronologically, okay? And so the story main point is going to be God created everything, and everything he created was good. Now there's also a key passage. So if in your studies, look at Genesis chapter 1 as well as look at Colossians chapter 1, and that's verse 16b, or read all of verse 16 and verse 17, okay? And that's the scripture that we're going to actually show on the screen with the kids, okay? So the pre-worship activity is going to be clay creations. And so what you're going to do is you'll get a bag of clay, and there'll be cards that will be laying out on the chairs. We're actually going to start out in the theater. And there'll be clay and a card at each seat. And what they're going to be asked to do is essentially make what's on their card. And they're not going to share what's on the card with anyone else at the table because they're going to kind of do a little bit of a competition, or not a competition, but make a game out of it where people need to guess what they are creating. Okay, and we're going to kind of cap that off by saying, good job guessing those creations. Was it easy or hard to form those things out of clay? Imagine creating everything out of nothing. Today we'll hear how God did just that. Then we're going to transition into what we normally call worship or whatever. So we're not going to do singing until the end. What's going to happen is we'll go from doing the clay creations to sitting in the bleachers. From there, I'll get up and do a little intro. I'll do the rap. I'm going to do a little Gospel Project intro. There's a video that's going to be played some weeks. This week we'll be playing a video that talks about creation. It's only about a minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes long. And then from there, I'll come up and finish the talk from that point. There's another questions from kids video that we're going to play. It only lasts about a minute and a half. And that's how we're going to cap it off. We'll call them up at some point during the talk to have them read some scriptures and do some other type of participatory activities so that they're engaged. Then once that's done, we're going to leave out of there and go into our small groups. Now, in our small group time, you'll see a couple of options on your paper. There's discussion and Bible skills. So you'll see some discussion questions, and you can pull out the Bibles, and they can talk about the things that you see. There's also journal and prayer. Now, we've started passing out journals maybe 2 months ago. And we've gotten some journals out to kids from each service, from 5, from 9 and 11, but we still have more to give out. I've separated them by services, and they are in the Area 45 room, and there's lists for each box, so you can see of each kid that already has the journal, who we have, and where it's placed. And then if we need to add, more journals, we can do that, and then we need to just chronicle it, that way we know who has what. So if you want to do prayer journals, you can do that too. Again, that's an option. You don't have to, but that's an option available to you. And there are some journaling questions. And then last but not least, there is the Days of Creation cube, which is this. It's a cube that's already been cut. And what will happen is you'll take it and there's like lines, perforated edges. You'll basically fold it with them and you'll go through and we'll have some discussion and some questions regarding creation. And this is just a cool little thing for them to take home. And so if you, again, it's your choice as to the activity that you want to do. We are super excited about Gospel Project. It is going to be a little bit different. It is going to take us getting some used to. We are going to have to kind of tweak the times because we do have activities at the top and at the bottom. But we want to make sure that we get everything in. And if you guys have any questions, please feel free to reach out. And again, we're just excited about everything that we're getting ready to embark upon with this Gospel Project and the good news of Jesus Christ. And so please, in your time this weekend, please look at Genesis chapter 1 and Colossians chapter 1, verse 16 and 17. Okay? And with that being said, I will see you all on Saturday.